Guys, the world's 15 biggest landowners, who do you suppose they are? We don't really care, except for the first one. Well, I mean, it might be good to know. But the first one, I suppose you can guess some of the people. You're probably thinking, oh, Mr. Gates. He bought all, well, I guess we do care, yeah. He bought all of our farmland, right? And now he's injecting it with poison so he can kill us all from the grocery store. What a loving gent he is. He's probably on this list somewhere, I would imagine. Maybe so, maybe not. I think he's definitely the biggest farm owner in the U.S. So, wow, all these guys in Africa and stuff. Interesting. Like, people you never heard of, but they're the biggest landowners in the world. Wow. It is kind of interesting to look at now that you mention it. Okay, fine. It's more intriguing than I thought it would be. But who do you suppose is number one? It's not the POPE, remember? You know, some people think, oh, it's POPE. He's the one who's got it going on. No, not him. Who's number two? Ooh, Saudi Arabia. Who do you think number one is? Could it be Satan? Dun 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 dun. You guessed it, ladies and gentlemen. You're looking at the largest landowner in the world. That's right. She is number one, or I should say, she was. But now, Mr. Chuckster is about to inherit all that wealth. Technically, he probably already has, but it's going to be made official in just a few short days. It will be made official, and he will be crowned the ruler of them all. Very interesting. Very interesting. You know why? Because technically they own all the land. It's like McDonald's. McDonald's, leases the land to all of its restaurants. That's where Ray Kroc really pulled a fast one on them, is he owns all the land. So even if you don't want to have McDonald's anymore, it's like, well, too bad. He owns the land, so he owns your store as well. You know, you're going to have to sell it to him if you want to get out of the business, and he'll just give it to somebody else. So kind of the same deal here. She owns all the countries. So the countries can say this and say that, but at the end of the day, she owns it. And you might even argue that they own America today. You say, how so? Well, because America actually became a corporation back in the day. I think it was in the 20s or 1800s. They actually became officially America Incorporated. A little unbeknownst to us, of course. That was a backroom deal. But technically, when it all goes down, they probably own us too. You know, the whole King George thing and us having our own thing, it was a nice idea, a nice dream that they allowed to happen for a while. But probably in the end, they still own it. Can you believe it? There's such a small, little island that has so much power and influence. I mean, I think the island's probably about the size of Florida. Because I know Ireland is like half the size of Florida. So it's probably about the size of Florida, somewhere thereabout. And yet they rule the world. Can you believe this? Unbelievable. They even have claims in Antarctica. Now, there was a treaty signed, the Antarctic Treaty, that no one was supposed to own any land in Antarctica. But that didn't stop these guys because they own the world. King of the world, Ma, king of the world. And there's a land in Antarctica called Queen Elizabeth Land. So pretty much, she figures she owns it. She owns Antarctica. She's got her own land called Queen Elizabeth Land. Now, other people like the U.S. and Russia say they could make claims if they wanted to, but apparently they haven't actually made claims. But these guys have. And they actually have a portion of land and claimed it as their own, even though no one was supposed to own the land. It was supposed to be mutual territory. 6.6 billion acres of land across the world. That is a sixth of the Earth's surface. They own a sixth of the Earth's surface. Imagine what you can do when you own that kind of land. Whatever you want, really. You can control the world when you own that much land. You can change that land however you see fit. And it sounds like he has every intention of doing that and being an actual king with trillions at his disposal.